Ah, so nice of you all to visit. Now, what can I do for my favourite nephew?
$2 million.
You need your coffee mug.
I do. Where's my mug of water? I'm gonna have to fix my voice.
Okay.
Ooh, that's better. What do you say, buddy? Should we start a podcast?
Yeah, you should find your coffee mug soon.
I do. I should find my coffee mug. We are late. We can't let this happen.
Yeah, we're so sorry about it.
Okay. Well, what do you say we officially get this show started then?
Yes.
Okay. Welcome everyone to this week's episode of the Mickey Shorts and More podcast. My name is Steve.
And my name is Keaton.
And we are here to discuss all things Mickey Mouse for you, our audience, looking for all the latest Mickey Mouse content and updates, especially as we survive this crazy coronavirus COVID-19 quarantine.
Oh, and today we baked delicious cookies.
We did. We have more time because we are stuck in the house now, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully everyone is surviving your coronavirus. Sorry, I work in medical marketing. I should know this. Your COVID-19 quarantine. That's a mouthful to say. But hopefully everyone is surviving and staying as healthy as possible and staying away from people and all that, not so fun stuff that drives us all nuts. But, yeah. Stay safe, stay healthy out there as everyone works together to get through this.
Even parents?
Even parents, especially parents, because parents have got to stay healthy so that their kids stay healthy. Because we don't want to get the kids sick. That'd be horrible.
Because if someone comes to our house and we got sick, it would get onto them.
Yes. So we are staying locked up. I've been down for almost a week and a half now, as far as just staying home, working remote. Luckily, I have a job that lets me do that. But the nice thing for me is it really hasn't changed my schedule all that much. I mean, I work in medical marketing, so there's plenty to market right now as far as trying to keep people under control and with correct information for all of this coronavirus stuff. So that keeps me busy all day. And then I'm a film producer with a film and active edit, so that keeps me busy all night. And this would have been the case had the whole COVID-19 thing not hit. My March would have been crazyville. So it's still business as normal for me. I just don't have to drive a whole bunch and commute to work. Keaton, how have you been surviving without school?
Well, we got some gummy vitamins.
We got some. That's your big news from surviving surviving lack of school is your gummy vitamins? I thought you would say workbooks or science experiments or, cooking, like with your cookies, but...
those are keeping me total healthy.
Yes, the vitamins are helping keep you healthy. And that's good, because we got to keep you healthy from all the craziness going on outside.
They're Toy Story gummies.
They are Toy Story gummies, but one of them looks remarkably like Baby Yoda, and I just can't shake it every time I eat it. Strange stuff.
And it looks like a planet to me.
I think it's supposed to be Saturn, but by golly, that thing looks like Baby Yoda. So I have a really hard time biting the thing in half whenever he gives me one of his gummy vitamins. But anyway, people are not here to listen to us chat about COVID-19 or any of the depressing news going on outside. Yeah. We want to keep it positive, because here's the one thing we can keep doing. We can't go outside. Oh, I mean, we can go outside a little bit. Stay social distancing away from everybody. But we can't really do much. But we can podcast. We can keep talking about Mickey Mouse. And we can keep watching Mickey Shorts. And so, by golly, that's what we are going to do. So this week we are here to talk about Season 2, Episode 13, called Goofy's First Love. It's an episode of romance. Gosh, I fall in love. Gosh, this is going to be an interesting episode. All right, enough of that. One of the things that Keith and I are doing to survive our quarantine time that is related to Disney is, we've talked about this, in past episodes, because we did this for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, but we try each night to watch one of the theme park rides in our virtual reality 360-degree viewer. Now, you can, some people have these. You get them really cheap on Amazon. Some people use it's an old thing called a Google Cardboard, which is a cardboard viewer, but it just essentially puts your phone in 6 inches away from your face and kind of makes all this content immersive. If you don't have the 360-degree viewer, if you don't know how to use that, you can just watch these videos normally on the YouTube app. You just put them on your phone on the YouTube app, and you just kind of look around. It's like a magic window, which lets you look around the rides as they're happening.
Wait, the one you were talking about earlier is the one you use for games?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, no. Sorry, I misunderstood your question. But almost every single ride in the Disney theme parks, if you go onto the Google app on your mobile device and you type in the name of the ride that you want and you type in the numbers 360 after it, there's going to be a version of it on there somewhere. And then you stick it in your viewer and off you go. And you can experience the theme parks right from home. If you plug in headphones, it makes it even clearer. So, Keaton, what did we do last night?
We did the Tron Coaster, Slinky Dog Dash, and there was a Puppy Dog Pals one too.
Right. So there's all sorts of content out there. I've done Rise of the Resistance on it. I was supposed to go to the parks in June.
And we've done the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Oh, yeah, we've done that a lot in the viewer. But, yeah, I was supposed to go to the parks as part of a conference in June, and that, of course, got canceled. So now I'm extra sad because I have no way now of experiencing Rise of the Resistance in person in 2020, unless things dramatically turn around. But right now, it's looking like I won't get there. So the other night I broke down and said, I'm watching Rise of the Resistance on 360 just because I want to experience it even a little bit. But yeah, pretty much every Disney theme park ride out there you can do. You can do Soarin', you can do Splash Mountain, you can do Pirates of the Caribbean, you can do the Millennium Falcon, you can do... Granted, there's not much to see on Space Mountain because it's just blackness.
Or Hyperspace Mountain.
Or Hyperspace Mountain. But if you want to have a little more of a tie to the theme parks, you can experience them virtually very, very easily from your mobile device. So definitely go and look those up.
And there's definitely not pitch black Space Mountain.
Right. Yeah, that'd be kind of silly. But the Tron Light Cycle Coaster, that looked pretty good on them last night. Okay, so enough of that. We got to do some news.
Friends, loved ones, I've gathered you all here to tell you something important.
You know what? I assumed that when we got on the podcast and we started talking and we looked up the news, there would be nothing to report because the theme parks are closed and there's not much, new coming up on Disney Plus that we're aware of anyway, as far as the Mickey Mouse stuff goes. So I thought we'd be cranking right through the news, but you know what? There is some things. So you know what we need to do, buddy, for some news?
What?
We need to talk about some ways to kill time while waiting for the Disney parks and all this Mickey and Minnie stuff to reopen. So the news this week seems to be focused on that stuff. So for instance, Inside the Magic is presenting us, and this is the link you can find in the show notes, 3 do-it-yourself crafts for Mickey Mouse. So if you go to the link in the show notes, like I said, there's going to be, you'll find this link. And you can do all sorts of interesting things at home. You can do a no-sew Mickey rope basket, or there's instructions on a hidden Mickey pom-pom rug, or a do-it-yourself Mickey Mouse pillow. So if you're into crafting and you are big fans of Mickey Mouse like we are, definitely go check out this link in the notes and you can go visit that article and get all the instructions you need.
I love to craft.
You do. You love to make stuff. That's fun.
That's why I love Minecraft so much.
You do. Now, similar, because we're learning how to do things here in all of our downtime, the Disneyland app just today launched a feature called How to Draw Mickey Mouse. It's just a series of quick steps that will show you how you can draw Mickey Mouse from start to finish. This is a forward-facing view, so it's easy to do with the circles. But definitely go, even though there's nothing happening in the parks, there's no active park maps or anything like that.
Oh, I have some news too.
You can still go to the Disneyland app and get some new content with that little feature. On a similar subject, Disney has released their own version of How to Draw Mickey Mouse. Now, this is the side view of Mickey Mouse. And instead of going to the Disneyland app, just go to YouTube, again, with the link in the show notes. And you can see and learn from one of the animators themselves exactly how to draw Mickey Mouse. Again, we all have all this downtime as we are not leaving the house. Now, a quick bit of sad news for the week, as if COVID-19 wasn't sad enough. On March 19th, Roman Arambula, he was a Mexican artist. He was one of the main artists who drew Mickey Mouse comic strip, the Mickey Mouse comic strip. He died at the age of 83.
Who died?
One of the artists who drew Mickey Mouse, one of the comic strips. Yes, well, I mean, there's lots of them. But this guy was an animator machine. He claimed in an interview that his personal record for animation was 700 feet in 1 week, which equals about 7 minutes and 45 seconds of animation. Just him in 1 week. That's crazy talk. But if you really want a good look at his life and all the different projects he was associated with, because he drew a lot more than just Disney stuff. He did things from all sorts of franchises. Really, really talented guy. Again, I keep preaching it, but link in the show notes. That's going to take you to an article all about him and kind of a good profile of his life. May he rest in peace. Always sad to see the Disney guys go, but he was at that age. Final piece of news for this week. If you want a great behind-the-scenes look at the making of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, as well as some stuff from the Mickey shorts, I just found this tonight on slashfilm.com. Again, link in the show notes. But there is an article that talks about the making of the theme park ride song. So the song's co-writers, they're a husband and wife team of Christopher and Elise Willis. They have a really in-depth article on Slash Film that talks about the creation of the song, the creation of the ride, their contributions to the Mickey shorts, all sorts of interesting things that go behind the scenes. It's a nice read. There's a lot of great info. But again, go check that out and link to that, as you'll find a lot of great content there about Mickey shorts. Yes, Keaton.
Should we watch it?
You know what? I think we should. I think we're talked out of news. And let's watch some Mickey Mouse.
Are you ready for the show?
So this week we are here to talk about, as I said earlier, Season 2, Episode 13, Goofy's First Love. Now, the official show summary says, Mickey and Donald try to help a hapless Goofy woo the love of his life. Which means Goofy's gonna fall in love.
With a sandwich.
Why, you can't give it away yet. Now, the original air date was January 9th, 2015. So we are finally out of the 2014's videos. We're into 2015 as we try to get closer to current week by week. Credit where credit is due. The episode was written by Clay Morrow, Derek Bachman, Aaron Springer, and Paul Ruddish. Directed by Clay Morrow and storyboarded by Clay Morrow. I mean, most of the time, the people that storyboard it are the ones that direct it because they know exactly what they want. But that is definitely the case in this week's episode. So, great job, crew. And with that, Keaton, who's extra wiggly tonight, without school to help him get all of his wiggles out. He's a wiggle worm at night. But what do you say we watch the show, buddy?
Yes.
Okay, can you stop moving for 3.5 minutes?
Ignore him.
All right, here we go. Give it a countdown.
3, 2, 1.
Goofy's First Love.
So beautiful.
He's sitting in a diner. He's talking about how amazing this person is. And the camera pulls in to the waitress across the way. So everyone's commenting about how beautiful she is. Goofy's talking about how he's in love. He's dumping water on himself. So Mickey decides to help him win her heart. Now, he's going to go up. Now, wait. Mickey's like, wait a minute. You can't go up looking like this. We've got to give Goofy some help here.
A guy like you doesn't stand a chance when a sausage is like that.
What? You say something, Donald?
Now, Mickey has just plugged Goofy's ears. And so now Mickey's going to help them. He's going to help Goofy win her heart. Donald's always the honest guy. So, Mickey's going to help Goofy. First, we're going to give him some makeup. Ooh, with a staple gun. Spray paint. And suddenly, Goofy looks just like Minnie Mouse. What the? That's how Minnie Mouse gets ready? Alright, so Donald's like, alright, we don't need good looks. We need money. So, wait, we don't have any money. But his rich uncle does have money. So now they're in Uncle Scrooge's house. Oh, Uncle Scrooge is here. Goofy needs $1 million. That's what he just told him. And now they just got kicked to the curb for asking for money. So now on to the next plan, which is exercise. Muscles. These impress the ladies. So we're going to put Goofy on the treadmill. They're slowly speeding up the treadmill. And as it speeds up, so does the 80s themed montage music in the background. This doesn't seem to be phasing Goofy at all, so they keep speeding it up. Music is speeding up. Okay, now this is getting tough. Goofy's going crazy. The treadmill's on fire, and it just launched him through the window and now through Uncle Scrooge. Over to Minnie, who's upset her makeup was messed with.
And that was the first time she was ever naked.
So, yeah, Mickey keeps getting naked again. So now we're back to the diner. Everyone's all beat up after that whole crazy series of adventures. They thought they'd failed, but Goofy's like, no, I learned a lesson from here. I can't be someone else. I just have to be myself. So now he's determined to go win her heart. So we're back to the waitress. He's down on one knee. We think he's proposing. And the lady's like, oh, you had me from the very beginning.
He's in love with the sandwich.
But then he pushed the lady aside, and it wasn't about her at all. It was about a sandwich.
He's in love with a sandwich?
I know.
He's marrying it.
And now, yes, as the saying goes, if you're so in love with it, why don't you marry it? That's what Goofy did. And then he promptly ate it. And that is the story of Goofy's first love.
I had a sandwich for lunch today.
Well, I hope you didn't marry it.
Why?
Well, yeah, because you didn't like your sandwich you had for lunch. That's why it took you 2 hours to eat it.
So I did not marry
He's like, don't remind me of that whole ordeal. So, Kate, what did you think about Goofy's first love?
Good. I liked when Goofy got love with a sandwich.
Well, yeah, I love it's, a classic concept of comedy is that misdirect. Everyone spends the whole episode thinking that we're doing one thing. Goofy is in love with this lady, and he's trying to impress her, so they're doing all the stereotypical things, from storytelling to impress him, from makeup and good looks to money to exercise, all this stuff, and it turns out in the end, who's Goofy in love with? Not the girl the whole time. The sandwich. And as you go through and you watch it a second time, you realize all the dialogue is very carefully scripted out so that Goofy the whole time is actually talking about the sandwich. So when he's talking about, oh, what an amazing dish.
Oh boy, that is one tasty dish.
I'll say.
Well, yeah, because he's talking about the sandwich. He's not using inappropriate words to refer to females. He's talking about the sandwich the whole time. It's just Mickey and Donald that have misunderstood him the whole way through. Classic misunderstanding and classic bit of fun. Now, Keaton did bring up one thing because it can be a little bit deceiving. At some of the times when the action gets a little bit crazy, it's kind of hard to, talk through all the different things happening. I'm not a sports announcer, so it's hard for me to keep up. But Mickey is smacking into Minnie Mouse as they're flying across the rooms in these different action sequences. His clothes are coming off, and it can be easy to think that it's actually Minnie's clothes that are coming off. It's not. It's Mickey. There's 2 different times in this episode where Mickey is completely naked flying through the air. But it's always Mickey. It's not Minnie. Because I don't think they want to get into that whole can of worms of, Minnie Mouse. It's different. So we'll keep Minnie with her clothes on. But Mickey, he's naked all the time in the show. Few other fun things, buddy. Now, this is the first episode we've ever seen where Minnie is visually upset. She is angry at Mickey Mouse. The two, the perfect couple who always get along in every situation. She was not a happy camper because Mickey Mouse got into her makeup. And any guy knows you don't get into the girl's makeup. But Mickey did. Even though it was spray paint and a staple gun. And all sorts of stuff. But yeah.
Oh, no.
Minnie Mouse was, have you been in my makeup? And I love the word that she uses. Again? Which means that Mickey Mouse previously had been messing around with her makeup.
Well, which word was it?
Again. That means he'd done it before. Minnie or Mickey, were you in my makeup again? So what was Mickey doing in her makeup the first time? Or first times? We never know. I like those little nods to previous stories that we just don't know about. Also, this is the first time we have seen Uncle Scrooge in an episode. He's never been mentioned in the Mickey shorts at all. We've seen him in other Mickey properties, but never in the Mickey Mouse shorts. So this is the first time Uncle Scrooge has been out. And he lived up to his name. He was definitely Scroogey because he was not about to give Goofy $1 million. And you can't just go around asking rich people for money either because that's not cool. Keaton, any other thoughts about Goofy's first love?
I really noticed that he was in love with the sandwich.
Yeah. Did you suspect it was the sandwich all along?
Yep.
With Goofy, we know how much he loves his sandwiches.
He totally loves bologna sandwiches, sandwiches in Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
He does. So, yeah, kind of an easy thing to understand or misunderstand, but Mickey and Donald definitely misunderstood. Hence the whole comedic premise of the episode. So yeah, that is Goofy's first love. Definitely go watch it. It's an entertaining episode with a little, element of romance, but it's all that big misunderstanding and a huge when people feel lovey feelings for one another. But the misunderstanding leads to quite the action-packed sequence there as everything from the episode kind of collides into one. So, go check it out. That said, Keaton, do you know what time it is?
Keaton's Joke of the Week.
So, Keaton, we all rely on your amazing sense of humor each week, your amazing ability to pun. So, tell us, what do we have in store for this week in your Joke of the Week?
What do elves learn at school?
What do elves learn in school?
Mm-hmm.
We're going for the Christmas jokes? All right. I'll go along with you. What do elves learn in school? How to make toys. I don't know, Keaton. What do elves learn at school?
The alphabet.
The alphabet. I should have seen that one coming. The alphabet. Are you learning the alphabet at school?
I know all my letters.
Yes, you do. And we keep working on those at home since there is no school at the moment. We're all stuck in the house.
Keaton's Joke of the Week.
So, what do you say we wrap up the show, buddy? Okay. Remember, if you want to listen to this episode, well, you're already listening to this episode, but if you want to listen to our past episodes, you can do that at www.mickeyshortsandmore.com. Remember, you can go there, look up this episode so you can find all the stuff in the show notes, so that way you can visit those links and keep up with the news with us as well, and watch this week's episode of Goofy's First Love. Remember, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, on YouTube, on Google Play, on Stitcher. You can subscribe through your podcast player of choice. Just do a search for Mickey Shorts and More Podcast, and we should pop up. Remember, you can connect with us on social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. We usually post probably the most on Instagram. But remember, if you want to email the show you with your own questions, your own comments about any of these episodes, you can do that at mickeyshortsandmore@gmail.com. Or if you'd rather talk to us, you can call the voicemail, leave us a message at 541-321-0472, and just leave a message and it will get to us and we can use it on the show. Next week, we finally get to talk about one of our favorite dogs, Pluto. The most neglected animal in the Disney Shorts.
And we're back to a Minnie Mouse show.
Yep, another Minnie Mouse-centric episode called Doggone Biscuits. So, thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks everyone for listening. Once again, everyone stay as healthy as you possibly can. Stay away from other people. Keep locked in your house. Keep away from this crazy, crazy virus. And we can all get through this. Don't accidentally be sharing it with other people. Keep your distance. All right, everyone have a great week. We will talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye. Dun, 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 dun. Dun.